Hi, welcome to Katrina's Creative Heart. I am Katrina Wolf, and I am going to make a couple of cards with you today using the brand new Sale-a-bration set, Heartfelt Blooms. Love this set, so pretty. I'm going to do two different cards using two, well, one is just going to be monochromatic basically with the smoky slate, and the other we're going to do with some coloring with our sponge daubers. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to bring in our smoky slate card base, which is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2 for a top folding card. We have a second layer of Calypso Coral, 5 1/4 by 4. I have a little piece of designer series paper from the Petal Garden? Yeah, Petal Garden designer series paper stack, and this measures 3 1/4 by 4. And then I have my image, my Whisper White that I'm going to stamp my image onto, and this measures 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, and I am going to bring in my stamp. I have it mounted on my block already, and I'm going to use my smoky slate ink. And I'm going to get my stamp good and inked up. There we go. And I want to make sure my little, these flowers here are going in the upward direction. These here little, I guess they look kind of like a mum maybe. So I want them in the upward position, and I'm going to stamp this down center in my paper. And that is that. So I'll set my stamp aside, close up my ink, and I'm going to bring in my other pieces. So let's see, I need my I'm just going to put my designer paper here in the center. See, this card is really quick, but pretty. Ooh, I'm a little higher than I wanted to. Let's get this down here, more center. There we go, that looks better. Alright, and then we're gonna, before I put it on there, I want to put my sentiment on there, and I'm just doing a thank you because I always need thank you cards. And I want to show you. I'm just going to stamp that right here towards the bottom. Just down here in the corner. Try to keep it straight. And I'm just using my Memento black ink for that. Okay, now bring in my card base and my snail. Excuse me. And just layer that on here. Let's bring you in a little bit so you can see a little more of what I'm doing here. Okay, and then I'm going to bring my image back, and I've got some dimensionals here. I'm going to use five of them. I'm just removing the backers. I've got a little bucket over here on the side of me here, so that's where I'm throwing my little. And don't want this to be perfectly straight on there. I just want it to be a little wonky. And that finishes that card right there. So again, very quick, very simple. So now I'm going to set that one aside, and I'm going to bring in the material for my second card using the exact same stamp set. I'm going to clean my stamps quickly. Just have my little chamois here. Okay, so now I again have a Whisper White card base this time. This one again 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2 for a top folding card. Let's back that up again. There we go. And I have another piece of Calypso Coral measuring 5 1/4 by 4. Then again, same piece of Designer Series paper, only this time I cut it 1 inch by 4. And then another piece of Whisper White, also measuring 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, and I'm bringing back my stamp set. Same sentiment, thank you, same flower. Only now I'm bringing in my sponge daubers and my Old Olive ink and Calypso Coral. Okay, so I'm going to start with my Calypso Coral. I'm going to set my cardstock aside here for just a minute. I'm going to get my Calypso Coral sponge dauber. I label mine because I don't bother washing them. So I label them with my P-Touch so that I have the name on there, and I just keep them in a little container so I don't have to bother washing them because I don't want to bother with that. So anyway, just dipping it in the sponge into the ink. I'm just adding the ink to my image all the way around the flower. I'm also doing the little puffy flowers there that look like mums to me, or chrysanthemums. Just get that all around there. Just have to kind of angle it so that you can see it in the light to make sure you're catching those petals. Okay, I think I've got it. Alright, set that aside. And I'm going to get my Old Olive. Open that up. And get my sponge in there. And there's that. Okay. Close this up. Give it a huff. Bring our cardstock back. And again, I want those poofy flowers up. And straight down onto the center of our card. I like to put a little bit of pressure around there because I want to make sure that ink has time to go onto this card. And there you have it. See? So now we have two tones on there. We have the Old Olive and the Calypso Coral. See that? So pretty. Alright, so we'll set that aside. We'll bring in the rest of our card pieces. And again, I want to the center. Just eyeball that. All right, and again, bring in our black. Make sure you're not upside down. Get it as straight as you can. And then you can add this to our card base. And again, bring in our dimensionals. There you have it, card number 2. So there are 2 quick and easy cards using the Heartfelt Blooms stamp set from Sale-a-bration. Have a great day. Bye.